Hello and good afternoon, Mount Moriah Church family. It's good to come to you on a Saturday afternoon. It's Saturday, June the 20th. Tomorrow is really the third Sunday of the month. It's hard to believe that it's been more than 3 months now since we have met in person at our church building. I was a little saddened this morning when I thought about the fact that if we were still meeting together, this would be the Sunday that our children would be singing in the choir. Evangelist Turnbow does a wonderful job with them, and even though I kept in touch with some of our adult members, many of our adult members, I've not had the opportunity to keep in touch with any of our children. So I really sincerely miss them and the opportunity that they have to be active in the church. I also want to talk to you about some of the things that are going on in this country right now. These are turbulent times, and I'm not talking about the pandemic. We have all talked about that to the point where we already know what the next thing is going to be coming out of our mouths. But I'm really pointing toward the racial situation in our country right now. And it's sometimes we think that it's getting better, but then we realize that it's not necessarily doing so. I do believe that the church, religious and spiritual leaders, not just pastors, but leaders in our church, have to take the forefront of educating our children. That comes first. Of course, our white brothers and sisters need to be educated also, but our black children need to be educated about our history so that they can realize that much of the things you find in your history books in school are incomplete because our African American and black ancestors are left out. So parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, teach your children to be proud of their heritage, proud of their culture, and teach them that they are as important as anyone else. And I think the church can take a forefront there. When we do reopen, I want to put special emphasis on our educating and working with our children. I don't know when that time of reopening will be, but I can tell you this, that when we reopen, that there will be some fundamental changes that have to take place. There will have to be, because of this pandemic, there will have to be some preset seating arrangements. I know that some of you who got your favorite seat, you've been sitting there for the last 20 years or more, you're going to want to go back to that same seat, but that might not be, you may not have the ability to do that. There will be preset seating arrangements. There will be some other guidelines, especially dealing with our music and our choir, that will simply have to be done differently. Our service will have to be done differently. One of the main things that comes to my mind is, in all likelihood, it will have to be shortened because the time that we spend in the building, at least authorities say that the less time you spend in the building, the better off we are. I'll be talking to you more about that. As a matter of fact, I'll be sending out a letter prior to the day that we open, letting you know some of the seating guidelines and also guidelines that are given by our insurance company, by the our state governors and state officials, and by the CDC recommendations. We're going to abide by those things. But I just want you to know that we're thinking about you. We love you. And I cannot end this video without saying a happy Father's Day to all of you dads out there. If your dad is still with you, find him and hug his neck. He's probably hoping for more than just that same old pair of socks or that same tie, but just hug his neck if nothing else. And if you're like me, whose my dad has already gone over the glory, think about your dad. Forget the bad things, because none of us are perfect, and just think about the good things that your dad may have done for you. And finally, I just want to remind you that when we do go back into our in-person worshiping, that we want Mount Moriah to be as strong or stronger than it was prior to our suspending in-person servicing. And what I'm getting at there is that we need to be as financially strong, we need to be as strong logistically, and as strong as far as our materials are concerned, and our teaching materials and preaching materials, our media materials, and all of these things take money. So what I'm saying is, I need you, please, Mount Moriah, continue to be faithful in your giving, in your tithing, and in your offers, and to continue to support the church, because as we go back, there will need to be some additional things that the church will have to supply. We're going to exponentially increase our media ministry. There'll be some things that we're adding. There'll be some things that we're doing differently. I just want you to know that as a sermon I preached a few weeks ago, that that business as usual is no longer acceptable. We're going to have to do some things different, but God is still in control. So don't ever forget that. May God bless you, and may God keep you. I miss everybody. I don't know when that time will be, but God will bring us back together. But let it be known that I love you as your pastor. I pray for you every day, and please pray for me and my family. May God keep you. May God bless you. And remember, say your prayers and wash your hands, because germs and Jesus are everywhere. God bless you.